This video is filmed in Jamaica and it is an update on Tropical Storm Melissa. Not just the maps and the facts, but also what it's been like in Jamaica in the last 24 hours. Right now it is the morning of the 25th of October. We're waiting for the storm, but here's the full update. Hi everyone, I'm in Kingston by the waterfront and this is the weather we're having right now. It's beautiful and sunny and calm. According to all of those apps that I'm looking at now, we're supposedly having a lot of rain, but in reality there is no rain. Since I published the video on the 22nd of October, we haven't actually had much rain in Kingston at all, or St. Andrew. There was a bit of drizzling last night, but other than that, it's like super calm, overcast, a little bit of maybe sunshine at times. I know that in Montego Bay, the weather is also like mostly sunshine, a little bit of rain, but just mild, nothing major. So nothing's been happening in Jamaica so far. I mean, we had a lot of floods, but before Melissa approaching. Now that Melissa is much closer, we're not having anything for now, right? From what I can tell, it's our neighbors who are getting all the worst stuff happening. That is the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So first, let's go through the main facts, very quick and to the point. What's so special about this tropical storm Melissa? Fact number one, it is very slow. Most storms are never that slow. It is said to be moving 1 mile an hour or not moving at all, or even moving backwards. One of the main reasons for that is fact number two, vertical wind shear. In simple words, strong winds high up in the sky are blowing in a different direction from the winds near the sea. So they keep pulling Melissa's clouds all over the place and tearing it apart. As a result, Melissa hasn't been able to grow into a hurricane with a clear center yet, and the wind shear is also preventing it from moving further. Fact number three is that the storm, however, cannot disintegrate because it sits over very deep, warm water around 32 degrees Celsius, which keeps fueling the entire system. Basically, Melissa is stuck, and it will stay stuck until the wind shear is gone or not as strong anymore. And that's it. These are the only three facts. Everything else you hear in all those videos about the storm itself are projections, assumptions, and models. They're based on scientific research, but the truth is, nobody knows, not even meteorologists, what will actually happen to Melissa once the wind shear significantly weakens. It's one of those systems that are almost impossible to predict. What we do know, however, is that the storm will not disappear and will affect Jamaica in some way or the other. As a matter of fact, it is already affecting Jamaica. Residents are preparing, the government is taking action, visitors are changing travel plans, and events are being cancelled or postponed. But once the wind shear is gone, there are several possible scenarios. Once again, these are scientific projections, not facts, but let's look at two key options. The best case scenario is that the system doesn't become a hurricane, or even if it does, it stays offshore and hence has minimal impact. There are two ways how this can happen. Either Melissa turns north before its center reaches Jamaica and sneaks between Haiti and Cuba, similar to how Hurricane Matthew did in 2016. Or Melissa gets pushed away further south and its center goes far enough from Jamaica and from Central America before turning north. But even in the best case scenario, the size of Melissa is a problem. If we compare it to Hurricane Beryl, which was an extremely intense hurricane with a very strong core, Beryl's cloud coverage was average, up to 400 miles in diameter. In contrast, Melissa has a massive cloud shield, over 1,000 miles across at times. So its arms are reaching really far, and the effects can already be seen in Hispaniola. So even if Melissa is moving far from Jamaica, we are still likely to get a lot of rain and potentially serious flooding. The worst case scenario for Jamaica would be if Melissa does what's called rapid intensification and becomes a hurricane very fast. In this case, many models project that it might move along the south coast like Beryl did, and then turns north somewhere close to Westmoreland or even goes straight across Jamaica, making landfall. And this situation sounds rather serious because of how slow the system is. It is one thing to have hurricane speed winds for a few hours in one given location, and a very different situation when a hurricane sits on top of the island for 3 or even 4 days. And some projections are saying this is a possibility. Hurricane Beryl did so much devastation in the south coast last year, and they have just kind of recovered from that. And I've even been posting some of the videos about the recovery and the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. And now having Melissa, potential hurricane, going exactly the same way, and also if it turns across Jamaica or if it turns around Negril area again, make sure to check out Throp. He is in Negril and he's going to be covering, I'm sure, what's happening there. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned to his channel as well if you want to know information for the west coast of Jamaica. Another channel to check out is Weather Jamaica. He provides really detailed explanations with maps and other tools, and also does frequent Jamaica-specific updates. But of course, the most important are the official sources like the National Hurricane Center, and of course anything coming from the Jamaican government, because the very same government recently handled Hurricane Beryl, and they did manage it way better than any administration had done before, and also because it was the first time, I think, when Jamaica actually had the money to cope with the situation without having to borrow. Now the government has even more practical skills and knowledge on making all the required arrangements and making improvements. If you want to learn more details on the subject, do check out this special press briefing. It is about 1.5 hours, but I found it to be surprisingly engaging. As a journalist myself, I do have a problem with the way how these kind of things are reported. It is important to prepare for a potential hurricane. It is important to get your fuel, to get your cash, to get your water, to get your supplies, all of that stuff, right? But it's important not to report it in such a way so that people get stressed out, they can't think clearly, they start rushing to supermarkets, like grabbing all the stuff and like, oh, come on. Now, I don't want to downplay the event. It can potentially bring some serious consequences, and that's why it's very important to stay calm, to have your head clear and get yourself prepared for what's coming. And in case it's not coming, great. You know, it's better to be overly prepared than unprepared. Okay, there is a little cafe here. Look at that, Island Coffee's Cafe. Ah, nice.
This is how we serve our 100% Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. Okay. So this morning I'm giving you a dark roast, and the dark roast is actually my brand, which is the Strawberry Hill Coffee.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Brilliant. Okay guys, I only had one coffee this morning and then I went off, doing all the filming. So I'm so happy to find this little cafe here. Yeah, all right, and they have snacks. I'm not eating snacks, just coffee.
We have 8-ounce beans and ground, and we have 1 pound ground. And that's what you're going to be having this morning, right?
Oh, wow. So are you like a co-founder, co-owner?
Yes, my husband and I started it, Island Coffees, in 2010. My name is Paula. Hi, Irene. Great to meet you.
It's really good. It's like really strong and like proper coffee. Bless people making good coffee. Yeah, sorry, I love coffee. I really do. It's like my breakfast. Cheers. I know I have to be stressed out, okay? The storm is coming. I was supposed to be relocating to Montego Bay this weekend, and instead I would have to stay in Kingston and film what's going on, because there is no way I'm moving to Montego Bay with all the potential floods and things happening. Okay, so I'm at the car park for a supermarket, so we're going to go there and see what's happening. But really, guys, I need to get some stuff, you know, to prepare for the storm. And, you know, filming this around while also doing the preparation is a bit tricky. But we'll get there. Everything's going to be fine. I went to 3 supermarkets on Friday the 24th to check out how well they were prepared. In the morning, there were hardly any people in any of them, and the shelves were full of goods. Got plenty of stuff. Excellentomento. So I'm in Megamart, and it's like super stocked up for the hurricane, or the storm rather. So everything is here. That's brilliant. That's good news. So not like empty shelves, you know, so that's very good. I really liked how Megamart in Kingston made a separate set of shelves dedicated to hurricane supplies. Some other supermarkets had a similar thing too, but Megamart had the expanded option. They even had like a torch and batteries for sale as you enter, which I thought was quite convenient. I can't remember where I parked my car. I need to watch my video. If you wonder why I'm so happy right now, it's because I watched the videos, people buying a lot of stuff at supermarkets, so I thought by now it's going to be empty. But no, it has everything. So for me this time, the good thing is, unlike with Beryl, I actually have a car this time. So obviously I'm not going to drive around when it's unsafe. For the obvious reasons, yeah, I'm not going to go, like when the areas are flooded out, I'm not going to drive through them, but at least I'm kind of more mobile, so I can go to other parts of Jamaica and see what's happening. And I drive a rented car, so shout out to my friends at Ucal's Car Rental, and I've made a couple of videos about them already, so have a look if you need a car, or if you need a good restaurant. They now have a restaurant. Yeah, sorry, this video is kind of overly positive. I know I'm supposed to be stressed. I'm supposed to be talking to you with very sad voice, but I just can't do that because maybe I've been in Jamaica for too long, you know? I can't be bothered by all that stress created by the events that I cannot control. I cannot control the weather, come on. Like, I hated the snow, so I moved to Jamaica, but here we have occasional storms, which I can't control, but I'd rather have this kind of storm than a snowstorm. It doesn't mean that one is worse than the other. I'm just saying that I would rather, you know, have to deal with this stuff than with the snowstorm stuff. If there is something negative happening in my life, I always try to look at this stuff thinking, okay, what is positive about this negative thing, you know? Or like, what's the worst case scenario, right? Well, the worst case scenario, we're gonna all die, but we're gonna die anyway, so. Well, in the morning, there weren't that many cars on the road. In the late afternoon, it got very busy. The supermarkets got packed, the shelves got emptied. I mean, at that stage, I was already too tired to film inside, you know, with all the people around. And yeah, it began raining, but not too much and not for too long. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You can't see, huh? Yeah, man. All right. Big up yourself, here. Oh God. If the storm is coming to Jamaica, I am trying to prepare myself to do these reports on what's happening. The problem is, like, judging from last year, Beryl, if there are a lot of outages in terms of like electricity, and then the outages for data, internet's down, everything's down, which it makes it next to impossible to report what's happening. So I'd like to ask for your help. If there is someone who lives in St. Andrew or Kingston and has an independent solar system and Starlink, maybe, please let me know if I can work at your place during these events so that I can edit the videos and keep everyone informed. Now, obviously, this is only in case of outages. If there are no outages, it's fine. I have my studio, but in case there are some, I would really appreciate someone's help so we can continue the production despite what's going on. Thank you so much for watching. If you have found this video useful, don't forget to give it a like. If you'd like to stay up to date with what's actually happening in Jamaica without the extra drama, without the extra hype, just pure facts and the reality of the situation, please don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification on. I'll be posting more updates later. Thank you.